And good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to UndercoverET. Guys, I hope you're doing really well, and there is an important message that I want to deliver to you guys today, and it is regarding how to capture UAP and what your intention should be. Guys, unfortunately, there are a lot of people in the last few, I guess, years, 2 years, that have been claiming that they can summon UAP. Now, look, I've been on the fence with summoning UAP. I've said that from day one. Until I see it on camera, someone blatantly summoning a UAP, I'm not having it, right? I'm just not having it. And the reason why I bring this to you today is because I'm going to show you evidence that we captured last year in central Wales. And guys, it was a trip that I planned the year before, following the first Wales clip to come around, and that one was amazing. Okay, the moment I saw that, it changed not only my life, it changed my outlook on this whole world. Okay, we then planned a trip to Wales. I've got all that conversation. I won't pull it up now, but if anyone ever wanted to question me or just wanted facts, right, I could pull up all the messages between me and Karen arranging the trip to Wales, leading all the way up till the day that I left. Okay, it really was a spectacular visit. The drive up there was amazing. We went with the intention to capture UAP, and we did, guys. We absolutely nailed it. The reason why I'm showing you Ryan Bledsoe's video right now, or why I'm about to, is because I want to do a fair comparison. A lot of people that are claiming they can summon these spirits or whatever, turning it into a whole new story that they cannot prove. I want to compare what they're capturing, some of their best captures, against our own, and just show you the difference, guys. So let's have a look at this one here. When you speak of the Holy Spirit with a humble heart, orbs of light appear. Do you know how many people that are just being drawn to the bullshit that's coming out of this guy's mouth? Let's have a look at the video itself. Go on then. And this is just for educational purposes, guys. This isn't me blowing smoke up his ass. I hope people learn from what I'm about to show you. So, look at that. Amazing, isn't it? Looks flipping amazing, doesn't it? Now, guys, learning curve coming up. You can see it's just going in a straight line, and he's wobbling the camera around, so it looks like it might be moving left and right. It's not. It's just going in a straight line up, right? Clever, but yeah. And it looks amazing, right? It looks amazing because of the way he's got his camera set, and it is a bright light in the sky. Okay, but any bright light in the sky will turn out to look like an orb. From a distance, guys. It will on camera. It is what it is. Look at all the stars in the sky. They look like orbs, but they're just stationary, so you know that they aren't orbs, right? Also, they are millions of miles away, which is why they're not coming out like this. This object's a bit closer. It's still bright, but it looks like an orb because it's closer. And the camera's never going to pick up detail on an object that bright, that high up. It is what it is, guys. But Bledsoe claims that this is some holy object that appears when they summon them. All right, this is what I'm saying. Right, let's get on to some real evidence. So here is a picture I took personally of the family I asked them all to record. I was on my tripod there, you can see on the far left. I started capturing some things, guys. I'll overlay some of the clips now. I started capturing some things. I called Karen and the family over. I said, guys, do you recognise anything you're seeing here? Karen went, oh yeah, I do. I recognise that stuff. I see it all the time. I record it here all the time. I said, right, guys, get your cameras out. Let's get recording. Let's see if we can capture a UFO. Let's see if we can set the intention. So sucker one in. And we did, guys. It wasn't a case of we're going to summon them. I didn't put Karen in a garden chair, stick a blindfold over her face and say, go for it. None of that. None of that happened. And look, Karen is a spiritual person, very spiritual person. She even told me on the first capture, on the first Wales clip, she said she was going to capture that for my channel. If I start the channel, she'll capture me a UFO. We then planned to come to the same location a year later, and she said, I'll capture you a UFO. I'll do it again for the channel. And I went, yeah, okay. This time I'm going to be there, right? Watching the first video, I'm psyched. I get there. We have this scenario where we're filming the skies, all of us, because I'm capturing something on the infrared, on the binoculars, right? We then go into this. This has come from Karen's phone. This is the original, guys. This is what I'm going to dive for you in a moment. I will zoom in. She was filming vertical. Naughty Karen. She was filming vertical. But she captured what she captured. And guys, you can see clearly it goes behind the tree. It's behind the tree in front of us. Amazing clip. before we dive it further, I want to show you what Kit sent me yesterday, because this really does help. So this is where we were stood, guys, all in a line. We had a fire pit below us. We were all singing Kumbaya. No, we weren't really. We was having a lovely evening though. Midsummer, open skies, fire pit going, a few beers. It was lovely. And we had cameras in the skies. What could you ask for? You couldn't ask for a better evening, right? Lovely people, lovely family. And look, Kit sends me this yesterday. So this is the direction that Karen was facing. Everyone from left to right was kind of facing sort of, I would say, this point, and then going out to the right. Okay, as you can see, as per the pic. So that's the kind of placement we were at. This has obviously just been taken recently. Okay, so it hasn't warmed up enough that there's leaves on the trees, and these bushes were quite a bit larger. The ones down here, there was quite a bit of green. Okay, so Kit's cut this all back now to make it tidy, ready for the summer again. But guys, if you can imagine a much bushier tree with much bushier bushes, okay, which is why the footage I had didn't really justify what I was about to show you and tell you, because we didn't have all of this background here. You see here how there's field behind Kit's property? There ain't nothing there, guys. We are literally in the most central part of Wales we could have been. This is where they are situated, guys. And I'm telling you now, this is the same skies where the first video came out, where the white object was bopping up, start shooting out orbs, energy pockets are opening up in the sky, zippers are moving through the sky like you wouldn't believe. It was a crazy video, to the point where I had to stop working. I had to do this full time, okay? I won't tell you the full story, because if I told you the full story, you'd think I'm absolutely flipping off my nuts, okay? I'm telling you, I had some stuff go down in my life that even led me to this point, and then when I saw the evidence, I was blown away, absolutely blown away. Long story short, we turned up a year later, had to get here, guys, and show you exactly where we was, who recorded what, and this is it. So this is the tree, and I couldn't tell you for sure because it was pitch black. Okay, just going back to that photo again with us in a line, you can see the kitchen light is on to the right hand side, okay? During the moment where we captured the film, what Karen captured, what she did, I said lights off. Everyone turn the lights off. When we're filming, we need to have complete visibility, okay? We don't want to have any light pollution at all, so that's what we did. That's why I couldn't tell you exactly what part of the tree this saucer popped up from, because it was so dark. I don't really know how high up Karen's camera was. Now, because we were stood here, I would assume that Karen is not filming. Well, I know she wasn't filming directly in front of her. She had her hand up, at least a little bit, okay? So I know she was likely filming from halfway upwards, okay? So I'm confident that the saucer appears from about halfway, maybe even here, and then when it pops out, it dips back and then goes up, and you can see that from the footage, guys. It just floats back up, and I'll just play this on so you guys can see the scenery. There's nothing around us, guys, okay? And not only that, and some people thought this, even I thought this, and I was there. I thought, who's pranking us? Who's pranking me? I couldn't help but think that someone was pranking me, okay? But the realisation is, guys, with this footage now, I can show you, there is no way at around 11:30, 12 o'clock at midnight that someone climbed this tree and managed to somehow fake this saucer. Because if you look at the movement of the saucer, it is behind the tree. There's nothing else that you can see around it. It goes behind the tree and zips back off and up. You just can't, there's no one out there that can climb this tree and make that happen at 12 o'clock at night. There's no one. Not only that, guys, every single person that was there that night can confirm that the footage that I'm showing you right now came from Karen's phone. They were all there. When Karen showed me, she showed everyone. We were all stood in a line, okay? So, look, not only have we got bodies and testimony that we can pull out from this, Kit, let me know in the comments, please, if you can confirm what I've said. There's the picture again with all of us stood in a line. This is Kit on the far right hand side. You can see the pros, look, because they got their phone sideways. No, I'm only pulling your leg. I'm only pulling your leg. Look, it's a lovely family. It was a privilege to go there and experience what I did. It wasn't the only thing we captured that week. We captured quite a few different objects. I'm just showing you the most compelling. And I think all it takes is for a group of people to go out with the right intention to film the skies. And what you end up with, guys, potentially what you could end up with, is a sighting like this. Alright, so let's deep dive this, guys. Now, really, really important that you take all facts into account. Right now, you can see that there's an obstruction between the lights that we're seeing coming off this potential craft. You see that? There's a branch clearly in the way. And then it moves. It dips down a little bit, then actually comes out fully. Look at that. There's a light on top of the craft. There's 3 lights coming off one side that we can see. There's something else coming out here in this underneath. No idea what that is. And there's also an attachment here. Almost looks like a red light. I don't know. But then it moves down. And then as it moves down, it fully disappears for a moment. And then it comes out here. You see it here, guys? So it was up here. It's shot down, come round, and gone. If you're wondering what that is, that's a star, a stationary star in the sky, which is why I know Karen was actually pointing her camera upwards in the moment, and that would make more sense to me. But yeah, to me, guys, this really does look like it's about the size of a car. So Kit is stood taking this video exactly where we were standing, right? I know it's difficult to know, but that tree is quite a tall tree. You're talking 35 foot plus, this tree, right? Object was definitely around this sort of height behind the trees. I'm just trying to gauge roughly how big the object was, and if it's at that height, looking as big as it did on camera, assuming that it's not going to be right up against the tree but quite a bit further back still, I'm assuming that was a good 300 yards away from us, in line with the tree, which was clearly obstructing the view of it. That's got to be as big as a car, guys. It's got to be as big as a car. That's my take on it. Here's where I'm absolutely baffled, okay? If you'd asked me about shining lights on a UFO last year before I made this trip, I would have said to you, I've seen no verifiable evidence of flashing lights on real sources that I can verify myself. And I would have been very skeptical, because I'm always talking plasma. Even the saucer we caught in Oklahoma that Ben captured, right? That didn't have any flashing lights. Okay? So I would have been very, very skeptical. Now I know that I've been to this spot, that we captured this on the night that we were all filming. The fact that these lights did not brighten up our area. It was showing on the craft, but you can see the lights aren't protruding light out. It's very, very strange. It made no sound at all. It's gone in front of it, whatever it is. Oh, it's back. So even if this thing hovered right above our heads or turned up ground level right behind us, there is no way we would have known about it unless we'd actually looked. And even then, I don't know. None of us saw this with our own eyes, by the way. It was only on Karen's phone. And you can imagine, when we're all stood like this in a line, and myself included, I was next to Karen looking at my binoculars. We're all focused on what we're recording. And you can see here, folks, she is pointing the camera upwards. Everyone else is doing something very similar. They're pointing the camera upwards and they're all recording their own space, okay? Young and here might be actually crossing over Karen a little bit, so maybe she captured something else on her phone. Maybe she wasn't recording in the moment, I don't know. But I can tell you now, they were all recording their own space. And when you're laser focused like that, you're not really looking at what's going on around you. You're just focusing on the phone. And that's why none of us saw the capture, because we were all focused in the moment. And Karen was the only one that went, hang on a minute, what's that? And then, you know, ended the recording and showed me. Guys, it was absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Couldn't believe I was there. Had the privilege to be that close to a craft that we can confirm, because there's no way we climbed up that tree, or Kit wouldn't have put himself in danger. In fact, none of us left the area the whole night. So unless he paid someone to climb up that tree, which we would have noticed at that time of night, 35 plus foot high tree, I highly doubt it, guys. Not only that, how the hell do you make an object appear like that, go behind the tree and disappear like that? I have no idea. Alright guys, so here's the deal. And here's the important message of the day. There's no riddles, I'm just going to say it. We didn't go there with the intention to put Karen in a garden chair with a blindfold and ask her to summon UAP in, okay? She's a special lady, she can do special things. But we didn't ask her to do that. We simply went out as a group with the intentions to record in an area that was already known to us as a hotspot for UAP, at least known to me. Hence I arranged this to happen, and we got what we got, guys. And this is very, very different footage to anything that you're seeing out there. I know that a white dot going through the sky and going through the high altitude, moving left and right, is compelling. And I'm not saying people aren't capturing UAP, but for anyone that's claiming they're summoning UAP, when clearly they're pointing the camera at an angle, not directly above them, but at an angle, filming an object that's probably hundreds, if not thousands of feet away from them, for them to claim that they're summoning UAP when the object is clearly flying over hundreds, if not thousands of people in the process, I've got to call bullshit. There is a word in this community which is slowly being popularised because people are starting to see it more and more. It's called grifting. If anyone is creating a thumbnail, creating a story, and putting the word "I'm summoning" in there, they are creating clout. And all that's doing, right, is spreading misinformation. I don't believe, and I'm not saying this isn't a fact, okay, maybe someone out there can summon UAP. Maybe they are a live craft out there. Maybe it's possible. I don't know. But from my experience, we didn't need to do anything special. We just needed to let them know we're interested. And this fella came to say hello. It's as simple as that, guys. And that's the important message of the day. Go out. Record. If you do it in groups in an area that is already prevalent for UAP captures, you have a higher chance of one of these things turning around and saying hi to you. And the scary thing is, guys, and it will be scary, you won't even see them coming. You won't hear them coming. They'll just show up. Crazy stuff. And that's all we got time for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed that one. Please like and subscribe, and more importantly, please get your cameras in the skies. We need more evidence like this. I'm certainly going to be getting back out to Wales if I can, when I can, as often as I can, around all the crop circles and everything else that will be coming up this year. Guys, thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.